Hi, it's Phil here from the podcast. We've decided to split this episode into two parts because it ran a little bit longer than expected. Hope you enjoy. Bye.
Oh, there's lovely. Hey Space Cadets and Airheads, welcome to Season 3 of Not 40 Just Blank. It's a radical and righteous podcast in which each episode we take you back to the bodacious 1980s, looking back at news, TV, sports, film and music of a single year of that bitchin' decade. It sounds mega. So come and join us on our latest gnarly journey, dudes, as we head back to the 80s, the decade that fashion forgot, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. Cowabunga, dudes, and welcome to another bodacious episode of Not 40 Just Blank. We're raring to go on another retro mission back to the 80s. This week's jaunt sees us poke our noses in on all things 1984. My bitching compadres are here as ever. Lock up your daughters. It's Phil and Del. All right, loves.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, are you right?
How's your washing?
Clean as a bloody whistle. All the streaks came out, which is great news.
Fantastic, mate.
Indeed,
Didn't want to
it
go
is.
all spud in train spotting, did we?
We had a little incident, but it's all been cleared up now, and we're back on track, which is great news.
I love it.
Too many coffees on the last recording. Had dodgy tum-tums.
Did you?
Phil looking at me like, did you? Yes. I very nearly shit myself after the last recording.
How many
on the way
coffees
home.
did you have?
Over the course of the day, I had 9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay, well, while we're on the subject of defecation,
Very loosely,
I'd just like to do a little exercise for you and possibly the people
Well, like
at home.
physical exercise.
Yeah, physical exercise. I want you to go with it, and then you can sort of say what you thought.
Does this work for the pod, though?
It might. Yeah, well, it will. Hopefully, the listeners will do it at home. Hopefully, they don't do it when.
Are you going to become like our Joe Wicks? Or
might
our
be.
Mr. Motivator?
Joe Pricks.
Dell's pricks.
Well, like Wixie out of EastEnders.
Wixie.
Go on then, what you got?
So,
What you got?
so basically, this comes with a warning. That, obviously, blankers, do not do this when you're driving. Okay, so what I want you to do, guys here and people at home, I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Just close your eyes and picture this, yeah. And I want you to think about, the population of London.
Oh,
Yeah, and the population of London, Jim. Do you know you're up with your trivia field? Do you even know?
6 million.
6 million. Oh, it's up a bit more.
I think it's about 14 million. Isn't it?
It's not quite. It's 8.8 million. So roughly, right. So what you want you to picture that many people. It's a lot of people, isn't it, guys? A lot of people. Now picture these people. They obviously need to go toilet, don't they?
They do.
Picture these people. Do you reckon they're regular? Do you reckon would you say probably
Two a
you go
day.
two a day, right?
2 a day, yeah.
2 a day, right? Canal. Can you imagine dealing with that amount of shit flowing? 8.8 million shits, possibly more.
Twice a day.
Twice a day.
Shit.
Can you? It's unthinkable, isn't it?
That is quite a lot of plot.
17.6 million.
Yeah. And now I want you to come out of that. Clap your hands. Do you feel better? Do you feel better?
I feel great.
That's it. That's
Wow, that was hectic.
Yeah.
I went on quite the journey.
We'll never ever think about that many shits again.
I don't think I
No.
will.
Do you take your shits for granted? Are the people that look after your shits?
I used to, but I won't again.
No, not ever.
No.
Is that similar to your meditation in the morning?
Yeah, that's what I do.
These are
I do the shit meditation.
These are the free ones you get, right? You're not on a paid for.
With an advert in
get,
between.
I just get the local crack addict. So it just
Talks
tells
you about fecal matter.
We talk about it and we meditate, and then he obviously hits the pipe.
Before some of your turds hit the pipe.
Pretty much. Yeah. Or he lets me do a Cleveland Steamroller.
Oh, lovely stuff.
So yeah, I defecate on his chest, and he lets me roll back
backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
So yeah, sorry, we went in there quite harsh.
I don't think it's ever too early for a Cleveland steamer, is it?
No, I don't think so, man.
I mean, Phil's our a judge of all things
No,
right.
never.
No, it's all right. It's fine.
I think it's perfectly all right. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, I just thought it was a nice little warm-up exercise.
It's a lovely exercise.
I feel tired now.
Yeah. Do you feel like you want to shit?
I need a poo. So if it goes quiet for a while, I might
Time
be
to wrap it up.
I might be going for a quick
fell asleep.
number two, and then Phil's asleep. So just still talking to the audience. So before you fall asleep and I go for a plop, shall we go and visit 1984?
Yes. Just a quick one. I just wanted to know. Do you speak to many football referees, guys?
I haven't for a while.
No.
Not
Do you
often.
remember the last time you spoke to a football referee?
Let me guess, you've spoken to one on a dog walk this week, haven't you?
Funny you should say that, Phil.
It's funny you should say that, but it's weirdly enough because they kind of talked to you. Or the incident I had with this ex-football referee, he kind of spoke to me a little bit like he does when he speaks.
Were you being like chastised?
Yeah,
like
kind
school
of,
teacher,
yeah,
kind
exactly.
of vibes?
Yeah, he's going. I'm going to have a word with you in a minute about your dog.
He's done something naughty.
He's
He
done
hasn't said
something,
sorry,
yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
going to get a yellow card.
Gave him a red
He's
card.
giving you a warning here. He's going to take it back. But yeah, I just wondered if he does that all the time. Like if he's back home and he speaks to like his wife when he's
You make me
about
like
to have
she
sex with his
burns
wife.
the
He's going,
carrots.
Now I'm just going to warn you here. I will be sticking my erect penis in your vagina.
So hang on. So has this actually happened this week?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
This
yeah,
referee
yeah,
stuck
yeah.
his erect penis into
Yeah.
the
So yeah, it's just
No,
like
so
yeah.
he was walking.
It was a bit like, do you ever like, it's like sort of teachers and stuff like that. Sometimes it's like, I don't know if they
They've
mean
got a-
to
they've
be,
got a
but
way of
they've got a way
talking,
about
I
them,
think,
yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
You imagine if he
just
goes.
like, I don't.
now,
Do you ever break that habit after you sometimes are you that immersed in the whole football refereeing?
Now listen,
Yeah.
darling. We're going to have coitus. I will be retreating 10 yards, and then I'll be smashing one into the top corner.
Yeah.
Good luck. Brace yourself.
I'm about to go brown.
Would you like to kick off?
Yeah, yeah. So that was. I didn't know. Like, I wanted to know your opinion on football referees. If you've dealt with them.
Yeah,
No.
constantly.
Yeah.
Straight in. First bleep of the night. Outrageous, Reynolds. I think they're all thoroughly lovely chaps, as long as
Exactly, yeah.
our
They're doing a
team's
good job,
winning.
aren't they?
They're doing a very trying job under very trying circumstances. And people like Phil don't give them the respect they
Female
deserve. Which is weird, because I don't remember... You only got booked the once, right? in
Yeah,
your
no, I
career?
never had issues. Nah, to be fair, I never really had issues with referees. So.
It's only since you've
No.
given up the game.
Yeah.
They're all disgusting.
Looking back,
It was just.
looking back, I was a vicious bastard, and
You
they
was,
were
mate.
and they were horrible to me. But that's not how it was really.
You just had issues with violinists, didn't you? Phil?
Violinists.
Yeah, you like used to go nuts, didn't you? Ever used to see like a violinist walk down the road? You used to go fucking psycho. You go, get the fuck.
I'm trying to figure out if this is related to anything, and I've forgotten a story or something. What is this linked to?
Yeah, just like you used to like hang outside the like Sydney Opera House and obviously the Royal Opera House in Covent Garden and like regularly
Nigel
like,
Kennedy.
attacked
Heard of
abuse at
violinist.
six
Is it
stringed
violinist?
instruments.
He
Yeah,
was,
he was,
wasn't he?
yeah. And he was an Aston Villa fan, so
Yeah, even
beef with
worse,
both of them.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Wrong claret and blue.
no, he's vicious. What he used to do with them? Oof.
Outrageous.
Yeah, I know.
I can't quite...
Whatever happened to Nigel Kennedy?
I don't know.
Well, it's the name, isn't it? It's the Kennedys. So like,
he's
like,
probably
it's
died.
assassinated.
He's died in some weird like plane crash or skiing accident.
You might have shot him when you come back as Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, went after Nigel Kennedy.
Anyone called Kennedy?
Yeah,
Lovely callback. Lovely
Sarah,
callback.
Sarah Kennedy was
Sarah
actually like
Kennedy,
in
Mr.
the,
Kennedy in wrestling, yeah.
Yes, it was. But Kennedy's in the Neighbours, wasn't it?
Carl Kennedy
Carl
and
Kennedy,
Susan
yeah.
Kennedy.
Yeah, I mentioned
Finish
her as
them
well,
off,
didn't
didn't you? Oh my God.
Kennedy's.
Oh, we're going to keep you away from Kennedys from now on.
Yeah.
Kennedy Everett. Yeah. Maybe not.
It's a stretch.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
a stretch. Right, let's get this back on track because we've gone weird and we've talked about Phil threatening violinists and you talking to football referees.
Yeah,
so
no,
we'll go back. Let's start at the beginning. 1984. Let's set the scene with a little bit of news, shall we?
Ooh.
I'm gonna kick off.
Go on.
Oh, like
I'm gonna kick straight
like
off.
Phil on a
Like
violinist.
Phil on a violin tour of referees. I don't know. With the rear of the year.
Oh,
Rear of the
so
year.
who was last year? It was Susie.
So if you remember, we had just
No, it was
consulting my
Lulu,
notes.
wasn't it?
Lulu was last year. Susie Quattro
And the woman from
and Felicity Kendall we've had so far. So we're into 1984.
So I'm thinking, at some point,
I know. Beat me to the punch. Go on, beat me.
Annika Rice has got to be
no.
here soon because of Challenge Annika. I don't know if it's too early.
Fuck.
She was always going to go.
Yeah,
Got to be Annika
it was,
Rice.
yeah.
Incorrect.
Oh,
I mean, you really reacted badly to that.
I know, yeah.
I know, because
So
I
you
thought
had
it was
money on it.
I thought it was a dead cert.
Dead cert.
She's got to be soon.
Literally, if I was in the bookies right now, they'd
be
be
putting
like, yeah,
money
they'd be
on
locking me in, and they'd be like calling the
they
police.
did, didn't they?
Yeah, last time you got locked in at the bookies, it ended very weird. So let's
Yeah,
not.
it's kind of a little
let's
bit,
not
yeah,
take you
a little
back
bit
down
We're
that
doing a
path.
lot of callbacks now.
We are, aren't we?
Our memory's on top form tonight.
I know, exactly,
Well,
yeah.
you can't remember.
Give
It's
it,
the rear of the year.
give it an hour or so. And then,
1985. So give us a clue. What actress?
I'm going to give you a clue. She is musical theatre.
Bonnie Langford.
That's a great shout, Dale, but sadly not.
Musical theatre.
Musical theatre.
1984.
1984.
Musical.
Michael Ball.
Lindsay Lloyd Webber.
Lindsay Lloyd.
Lindsay Lloyd Webber, yeah.
Lindsay Lloyd Webber. You went with Lloyd Webber and went, I've got to make up a woman now.
of course.
Lindsay. So there was Sarah Brightman was his wife.
Oh, really? Not Lindsay Lloyd
Not
Webber?
Lindsay Lloyd
okay.
Webber. That might have been his daughter, I don't know.
Oh, no, it's his sister. She was the one that was really ugly that wasn't allowed to
She
bring her
wasn't
out in
But
public.
she had a lovely ass.
Yeah, she did.
Right. It wasn't her either, sadly. It was Elaine Page.
Oh, really?
Elaine Page. And that thing will make some memories, let me tell you. See what I've done.
There was just sorry to go a bit off key. It's more
really? You surprised us still so far.
It's more 86, right? But do you remember the official World Cup videos that they used to bring out? Like for sort of like 82, 86, and obviously like they used to make official World Cup football video
of the
of the whole tournament.
Oh, right,
Like
okay, yeah.
they compile it into highlights and stuff like that.
Oh, so like video VHS afterwards.
VHS.
Right, okay.
In 1986, because I would never have brought this up in 86. That's why I'm bringing it up now, because it's popped in. Right. In 1986, Elaine Page sung the theme tune for the World Cup
from Mexico.
Official Mexico, and the song was called Hero. and the narrator, can you guess what famous British actor was the narrator?
Nigel Havers.
No, is a bit more Cockney than that.
Bit more Cockney than that.
Very big in would have been
Ray Winston.
He was previous. He had a film out the previous year with Julie Waters.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I think I remember watching that around your house. You used to have a video, didn't you? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think on the front cover it actually says narration by Michael
Caine, yeah. Theme tune sung by Elaine Page.
Theme tune by Elaine Page.
What did something go really bad? Like within the last 2 years afterwards?
She really plummeted downhill from topping the charts of both Rear of the Year and the music charts.
That's why you never fuck over Lloyd Webber.
You never do.
No, it'll kill your career.
Only once.
Yeah.
And then you learn the hard way.
So Elaine Page had a good career, did she?
Well, allegedly, according to the judging panel.
What about him, Michael?
Stevie Wonder, though, when we worked out, didn't we?
We did get it by touch, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was thinking about that the other day when we were talking about it. Like when he's feeling, do you reckon they got like braille asses?
Just really spotty asses.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden he can read, and it's like a 14-year-old.
But it could be like weird. It could be encouraging Stevie, like going,
"Get your hands
on
my
I'm a
arse."
dead cert.
Like they're putting words into his mouth almost.
You can slip inside me later.
The braille over the arses, and the winner is Elaine Page. Oh, weird. Okay, once it's out there, isn't it?
Wonder.
Maybe that's why she won it.
I think he might have done.
She wrote in braille for Stevie Wonder. The winner is Elaine Page.
Mind the gap.
Oh, that's disgraceful. Right, I'm going to take you away from Elaine Page's buttocks now, gentlemen.
We've been doing a lot of digressing stuff.
Get you back on track. I'm trying. I'm trying to herd cats tonight. Things that happened in 1984. The comedian and national treasure Tommy Cooper collapsed and died on stage in a televised performance.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, do you know what? I did. I watched it today just because I thought I YouTubed it to see what it's like. He's quite horrible.
Yeah, it's really horrible.
It's the way they do. I mean,
what was you expecting?
Because
because
I
I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, it was the way the audience were laughing. It was getting even worse. They thought it was part of the act. And then apparently a little hand comes out and pokes him as well, and I thought that was all part of it. Yeah. You can understand.
Oh, well, you thought it was Jeremy Beadle?
Yeah, that was a bit big. It was too big for Jeremy Beadle.
No, it is. No, you're absolutely right, mate.
Yeah,
it's horrendous.
He does. He just literally, and he just slumps down, doesn't he?
He goes, doesn't he? Yeah,
yeah, it's grim. Yeah,
but he was like huge, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like really big. Yeah, he's like a massive drinker, wasn't he, as well? Yeah.
I mean, they've all got, sadly, horrible backstories and stuff, haven't they?
Well, apparently, yeah.
And all the rest of it they're trying to cover. But yeah, real shame, because I used to really like him, especially at sort of that age when he did all the silly stuff.
Yeah.
You can imagine like 5, 6, 7, whatever we are.
But it just appealed to everyone, didn't it?
Like, yeah, exactly.
Like, Jim, you're going to pick this up tonight, mate. It's fucking dumb.
It is a little bit depressing, isn't it? Let's talk about you hating violinists again.
Yeah.
or why don't you tell us what else you found out?
Well,
is it more upbeat than my name so far?
Torval and Dean.
Yes, they bloody did. They won, didn't they?
Not only won, they got perfect score.
Perfect sixes.
Oh, really?
They did the Bolero, didn't they?
Yeah.
So what?
They went to Olympics, wasn't it?
What was the thing? I know it was obviously was that the big thing, because usually no one gives a fuck about ice skating.
Well, basically we hadn't won anything else.
So is that what it was? Oh,
yeah, it's just the British making it. Yeah, it was only probably us
because they had the perfect score.
Yeah, and it was
well.
it was a perfect dance, wasn't it? Which is still. I'm guessing it's been done since. Was it the first one? I'm guessing it's not the only one that's ever been.
I think.
Cannon and Ball did it like 2 years after.
They do it every week on Dancing on Ice, don't they? They always get 10 once they reach the final.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Shit. Wow.
Yeah.
So that happened. And the Apple Macintosh computer goes on sale.
Holy moly!
How much do you reckon? I saw a picture of it. It's so odd.
It's either going to be incredibly expensive for the shit it was, or it's going to be the other way around. It was about like £9.50. £200.
I'm going to go 1,500.
Oh, yeah, close. 2.5 grand.
Back then,
in '84.
Can you buy houses for like
That's
that?
what I mean. It was like, and the picture of it is hilarious. I mean,
is it?
It's like just proper like square monitor. The keyboard's massive. The mouse is like it is really odd. But I mean, obviously, it was at the time, wasn't it? But yeah, 2.5.
And what was the computing power? You could probably do like one spacebar click.
Yeah. But yeah, rubbish. That was odd.
But weirdly, in the same year, DNA fingerprinting was discovered.
Yeah.
Changing the way that we all got arrested in later life. Tragic.
DNA fingerprint, as in like, whereas before it was just sort of fingerprint.
No,
as you do like handprints when you do the handprints at school, where you like your red can have a blue, can have a yellow.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do in the police station.
That's what they did. They do potato painting.
Yeah. That's what they used to catch.
Paper mache.
Yeah, that's
how they used to knock up all the retrofits and stuff. Does this look like him, madam? No, that guy's got massive problems.
Got a paper mache, like Frank Sidebottom.
He looks like Frank Sidebottom. He's always getting arrested. Poor old Frank. Oh dear. What else can I tell you? Prince Harry was born.
Yeah.
Changing the royal family forever.
Yes.
Lunatic.
Really God love him. Okay.
He was there. And the IRA attempted to assassinate the entire Tory cabinet.
Yeah, Thatcher, wasn't it?
Down at
hotel,
Brighton,
wasn't it?
In a hotel in Brighton at the conference. They tried to blow the whole thing up.
Yeah.
A few people
they were
died,
close, weren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, a few people died, didn't they?
Next room.
Because obviously the coal mining strikes began that year as well, didn't they?
It's all go, wasn't it?
Last the year they did, coal mining strikes.
Bloody hell.
Time.
How did we power our homes?
I don't know. Just bringing it down a little bit.
Bring it down again.
Marvin Gaye dies one day before his 45th birthday.
Was he shot by his
dad? Yeah, so apparently it was an altercation between his mum and dad.
Right.
And he tried to intervene and, got shot by his dad.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, he didn't, like, his dad didn't just go, look.
No, okay. It was like, I'm guessing an accident. They're having an altercation. He intervened, and
so,
one day for his 45th birthday.
You was too sexual in your last album, mate.
Way too sexual.
Yeah, well.
So yeah,
kill this.
Shit, man.
Oh man, that's a shame.
Yeah. Thames Barrier is completed.
Really? I don't know why I'm so excited about that.
I know,
I love barriers.
Got barriers.
Tetris is released.
Oh,
no, shut up.
That should have been the one. Let's do those two again, and I'll react differently. Go again.
Thames Barrier is completed.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Tetris is released.
Really?
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Was it really? What format?
It did say it wasn't. It wasn't on many things. To be fair. I can't remember. It wasn't on nothing popular.
No, okay. I thought Game Boy was the initiator.
Thing to use,
No. So
it was on Apple Macintosh only.
Yeah.
Wow. $2.5.
You got anything else?
The only other thing I had was obviously that TV reports on the famine in Ethiopia kicked off the whole Live Aid, Band Aid.
Yeah. Obviously, we'll get into that a bit later on the old music.
So I'm sure we'll talk in music, but yeah, that was the whole those horrible pictures.
The only other thing I got was after a 5-year battle, an out-of-court settlement of $180 million was awarded to the Vietnam veterans suffering illnesses and disabilities caused by Agent Orange.
Bloody hell. So, I actually got some cashback.
Cool, man.
So that was obviously a bad thing. It was obviously... Yeah, wasn't it like used to spray in the forests?
Yeah.
And obviously it affected. It was like weed killer, wasn't it? It was basically just sprayed across everywhere, and it just
hit everything indiscriminately. Sheesh.
Yeah,
80 million notes.
Obviously, Orange Crush mentioned it later. The song Orange Crush was about later on.
I feel like this won't be the only mention of R.E.M.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah, about Agent Orange, and about that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was about like a tasty beverage.
There was a drink called Orange Crush.
Massively big on Fanta, but they couldn't say Fanta. It was that trademark to the time. So it's like, we call it Orange Crush? I don't know. Nice. Wow. Any more regulation news, Mr.
No, that's me done.
Well, you know what it's time for now then, don't you?
No.
He's getting his papers ready. I think it's time for some weird news with Richard Dello.
Oh, what's the theme change?
It's a little bit of weird news, not a lot of serious news.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, what's the weird news this year, Richie?
Right. Back by popular demand.
By us.
The Pasty Shaggers are back. Well, the Pasty Shagger is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 32-year-old Howard Russell, not Russell Howard, sales manager, had a very sexual fetish. So, I'm going to get Jimmy to do it justice. There's 2 articles about, not just this, so there's a lot of weird stuff going on with basically pies and pastries, basically. So I think Jimmy can do it justice by reading out these articles because
I'll have a go.
I feel that the listeners will want to hear about.
Do I have to have a certain amount of gravitas in the voice? Does this need to be
a little bit serious? Yeah, if you can, please, mate. If you might want to read out the title.
Go. So the oh my lord. So the headline is: "Sex with Greg's pasty boiled my bell end. Now Howard fumes, I'm going to sue." This is getting serious. There could be no finer treat than tucking into a piping hot Greg's chicken bake pasty in one of Greg's peeling and windswept town centres. But oddball Howard Russell took his admiration for the flaky pastry snack to an extreme and some would say warped new level. For the 32-year-old sales manager developed a sexual fetish for having sex with the piping hot pasties. Alas, unwed Howard, surprising, came to a sticky and terribly blistered bell end. Last Saturday, after stocking up with chicken bakes, he scuttled back to his terraced home in Northwich, Cheshire, for an afternoon of bakery-based fornication. But finding that his purchases had cooled on the walk home, Howard blasted one of the bakes in the microwave before slipping his erect member into its creamy white sauce interior. It was then he realised, far, far too late, that the microwaving process had raised the temperature of the sauce to something like that of Icelandic lava. Nursing his scalded schlong last night, Howard whimpered, "I've been into Greg's many, many times and never have I seen a sign warning you not to put your penis into one of their products, especially after it's been reheated. That, to me, is a clear case of negligence and I intend to sue." I made a phone call to one of those solicitors who advertise on the telly, but unfortunately the person on the other end of the phone had some sort of coughing fit when I explained my predicament. I ran my helmet under cold water straight away, but I'm still in agony and I can barely walk. It's covered in blisters and I may never be able to have sex with a pasty again. Last night we approached Greg's store in Northwich's trendy Leicester Street shopping area to get the company's response, but the shop had already closed for the evening.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
So when was this from?
This is Tuesday. Tuesday's news to
off the press. So, right, there's another one. I won't get you to read it out, Jim, but
God love
you can do.
Poor old
it's up to you.
But he's had a rough time of it.
Right, so we're in pasties. What do you reckon happened with the sausage roll?
With the sausage roll, well, I think he's inserted with the same gentleman.
No, it's a different guy.
Different guy, but it's always a guy, isn't it?
Stuck it up his bum.
Of course he did.
Yes,
straight away.
Phil.
One was insertion in, so one had to be the other way round, didn't it?
With the title "Panic Buying Latest," stockpiling Greg sausage rolls up my arse and gave me bum dandruff.
Oh, not the old bum dandruff.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So I thought that. I think maybe we could get some like sad, sort of poignant music when you.
Just for a moment, I thought we were going to try and get sponsored by Greg's, but I feel like that's going out the fucking window, isn't it?
Might be. Yeah, I don't think they'll be in there. So
that won't be around come Monday.
No.
So that was the first bit.
Wow. They've got a big lawsuit on their hands.
That is some seriously weird news to begin with.
It's very weird.
What can I ask? What you typed into Google to find weird news?
Well, yeah. Basically, I try and look. So I go weirder news, messed up news. Just play around with
even odder than that.
You really don't ever want the police to come out your house.
I want a search engine.
Can you imagine the look on his Google?
It's for the pod.
Right.
It's for the podcast.
That was right. Okay. So this was a question the other day. What would you
from the police to you?
No, I can't remember where it was on. It was on the radio. Yeah, it was on the radio actually.
Right.
They said, right. So what would you rather? Would you rather walk down the street butt naked, or would you rather have everyone having access to your search history?
Oh God, yeah, butt naked, obviously.
Yeah, well, I've done that anyway, haven't I? Pretty much. So yeah.
I'm assuming you mean
your search history.
Yeah.
No, mate. Yeah, so I think you'd go naked, wouldn't you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Even if it's not perverted, it's still personal, isn't it? So.
Yeah, exactly. So I think.
We're thinking about it. We might release. We might release Phil's search history.
My search engine is like me searching up videos of me walking naked down the street.
You've gone so meta.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Like Inception. Just gone totally meta.
Right. The next one's a little bit. Oh, it's a bit downer, isn't it? This one. Yeah,
we've already been quite down.
It's a bit like, okay. We won't go
too down.
But it's sort of. Well, I'll tell you anyway. So it's not.
Yeah, that would be good.
I'll let you. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Man, it all comes out in the wash. It's all right.
Man fakes his own death.
Ooh.
To turn up to his funeral in a helicopter.
Oh, this was recent, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I saw this. Yeah,
this was
sick.
Yeah, it's proper messed up
because he felt he felt he wasn't loved or appreciated by his friends.
Yeah,
so he fakes his death and to see who would turn up at his funeral.
Isn't this an episode of Friends essentially?
I don't know, but he's in America recently.
They do that. And Ross dies in it.
Is it really? Oh, okay.
Him and Chandra, I think, are dicking around.
Yeah.
They're making it worse for each other and posting on their own social media.
Right.
I think.
Oh, really?
And one of them just says he's dead. Oh, okay. So he has his own little memorial service. Just to see
it's proper sick. He turns out he flies in the helicopter and everyone's like running towards him.
Yeah, he says that half the people like run towards him and half the people are just perplexed. They're just absolutely in shock and like, what's going on. But yeah, it's a Belgian TikToker who did that. So it's bizarre.
It's all for the views.
Oh yeah, possibly. But yeah, like Phil said, he just wanted to see the reaction.
Shit.
So they're right. Next one is South Korean student eats $120,000 banana.
Hello. How is a banana worth $120,000?
Right.
It
was the one drawn by Andy Warhol.
Oh
man, he's good at this.
I don't know.
It's not. No, basically, a hungry museum visitor in South Korea recently chowed down on a Maurizio Catalan banana. It's basically an art piece that was there. So it's got to be like modern art because just like it's fucking ridiculous. Because basically what it was a banana taped to a wall.
Oh, okay. So it's a real banana.
Yeah,
it's just.
But this guy, just thought,
in inverted
and then this guy just thought, fuck it, I've missed my breakfast. I'm going to have the banana. So.
If it was a bowl of porridge, I'd be eating it anyway. So.
And can you guess why the police didn't press charges?
Because
there was no evidence.
Art lovers.
No.
There's no evidence.
No. Well, basically, he actually ended up putting the empty peel, taping it back to the wall. But the reason why he wasn't pressed, they didn't press charges, was because they changed the banana every 3 days. Because it's a fucking banana.
Because it will rot.
Yeah.
Of course.
But it's a bit of a weird one anyway. Right.
It hits the brief though. It's weird news.
It does. So next two, we're going historical.
Oh, lovely.
We're going back to the 1325.
Oh, okay.
For the War of the Bucket.
What?
The
Have
War
you
of the
ever heard of the
War of the Roses? I'm aware of. But
you haven't heard of the War of the Bucket? No.
Not so much.
And when's this 13th century?
13th century. So basically, in 13th century Italy, well, it was
14th.
Well, yeah, 14th. Sorry, yeah, you need to educate me on these things. All right, so in 14th century Italy, so estates, both cities, Bologna and Modena, engaged in a short-lived war over a stolen wooden bucket. So this was the time where Italy wasn't a properly formed country.
Yeah, lots of little rival clans and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, and it basically boiled down to the fact of, who was it? The Modenas stole the wooden bucket, and then the Bolognians asked to have it back.
Only fair.
Only for the Modenas to reject the offer, because it is obviously a fantastic fucking bucket.
Better have been.
And
this bucket.
It's a great fucking bucket, mate. Yeah, so it's obviously for 2,000 people to die.
Jesus.
Really? Yeah. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Over a bucket?
Over a wooden bucket, yeah.
Holy crikey.
There's a bit more detail to it, but I just like, I got a bit bored with it, so I just picked it
just enough. 2,000 people die over a bucket. Done.
That's all you need.
That's weird.
I love the way you like properly looked into the banana eating. But this big war over thousands of people die over a bucket.
Well,
Tish.
I'll tell you what, you'll be pleased to know I actually did my research on this one, because it's volcano wanking.
Well, that would really appeal to you.
Yeah. Can you imagine what volcano wanking could be?
Is it when you've made a papier-mâché model of a volcano and then you lie underneath it and erupt through it?
Oh, I like the eruptions. Oh, I liked it.
No, I'm just thinking...
you nicked one of my gags.
I'm just thinking it's like Train Spotting. We just get people waiting, and then when it does, they just jerk off over it, erupting and that, yeah.
Well, mate, you're pretty close, actually. So basically what it was, in Pompeii...
Right.
They found a fossilised remain of a guy.
Oh, yeah. He's midway when the thing blew up.
I've even got the picture so I can post.
So he was in mid wank when
he got taken out. Either that, he was in mid wank. Like, because I mean, what if you know the volcano is going to come? Could you reckon could you knock one out in that amount of pressure?
He mustn't have known. He couldn't have known then, could he? Sure.
Yeah. Well, unless he was like a lava pervert. Yeah. Which is really, really, really low.
I think we found the first contender for the title.
I was going to say.
Lava pervert.
Oh, no, not that, but what's
might
his
have been
name?
the guy from Greg's.
I was going to say the guy from Greg's. He liked it hot. Maybe it's like, this is the ultimate.
The ultimate wank. Maybe it's from
It's like Point Break when they're going for the big wave at the end.
Maybe it's like a family thing down there, like the family tree, the history of like guys that like fucking like their dicks in red hot material.
It's a very small tree.
Yes.
I imagine.
Oh, mate. So that ends the weird news. So now we go on to the weird celebrity quiz.
Very similar.
Weird Jim versus quiz. Phil and Del, if you want me to play.
So we're going back to what we did in the previous episode?
Yeah, previous episode. It's multiple choice, and you have to tell me if it's true.
But they're all written by you, aren't they?
Yes.
So we have to try and get into your headspace.
Have to get into all, but there is a true answer.
So it's either A, B, C, or 4.
A, B, C, or A, B, C, or 4. Exactly.
That was on one of the last ones. A, 2, 3, D.
Right. Question D, A. Right, question 1.
Yes, good place to start.
Elvis Presley was actually a what? Was he A trainee baker? Baker.
It's not that one. A trainee baker, okay.
Was he B, a hitman for a blind school? Right. Was he C, a natural blonde? Or was he D, none of the above?
Oh... Intriguing. Okay, so if we get them right, we get a point. If we don't get them right, you get the point.
So when you say
if you want to do that, if you still want to do that, if you want to include me, or I'm happy.
So when you say a baker, is it just like a hobby, or is he like a professional?
Or a trainee baker, it's just like someone apprentice.
At some point in his life, he was either a natural blonde, a trainee baker, a hitman for a blind school, or none of the above.
Yeah. Let's rule out the hitman.
I'm going to go with a natural blonde.
Yeah, see, I was thinking that. I'm going to go with a baker then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're going baker, you're going...
I'm going blondie.
Yeah, see, I was thinking it was blonde.
Oh, he's got the pen out. It's official. He's really making some notes. And the winner is...
Jim takes it.
Oh, he was
a natural
That's
blonde.
my first point I've ever got in this game.
Right.
I had a terrible time of it last time round, didn't I?
Question 2.
Yes.
Eva Mendes always wanted to be a what when she grew up?
Okay.
Was it A, a nun? Was it B, a Komodo dragon? Was it C, a ballet dancer? Or was it D, none of the above?
No, none of the above. I like it. I think I know this one. I think it is a nun. I think it is a nun.
Well, she's from that kind of Latin family, isn't she? So they're very religious. Or
she's now a gosler, isn't she?
She's a Komodo dragon.
Could be a dancer. Do you reckon you actually know it?
I don't know. I think I might have heard that I don't know, it could have been anyone.
Growing up, it could be either, couldn't it? Let's be honest. But because his daughters
Komodo dragon, yeah.
I think we're both ruling out the Komodo dragon, if I'm honest, Al. But as a kid, maybe she wanted to be a Komodo dragon.
Yeah, like the guy, the dad from Step Brothers wanted to be a T-Rex.
Oh, man. So you're going none, Phil?
Yeah.
As in a nun, none of the above. All right, well, just to make it interesting, I'll go for a ballet dancer then.
Okay. It's one apiece.
Oh, it was a nun. You know you're none. None news.
Right. Question 3. In the song When Doves Cry, Prince wrote the lyrics based on what?
Okay.
Is it A, an awful magician he witnessed in Vegas? Is it 2, I've done it again. Is it B?
Yeah, B.
A messy party involving Angel Dust and Richard Gere?
Oh, a friend of the pod.
Is it 3, his relationship? I'll see even. I keep on doing it. I've even written it down. This is what I was thinking. Is it C, his relationship with his mother? Or is it D, none of the above?
See, I know this one again because I've done the research this week on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, I don't know it, but obviously if I let you go first, then it'll be cheating. So I'm going to say the relationship with his mother.
Yeah, it is that, yeah. So, yeah, I'll go with Richard Gere just because, it's Richard Gere and it's got to be, isn't it?
Gere, isn't it? So despite knowing the answer and it being 1-1, you're willing to forfeit a point just to keep it interesting.
For the pod.
For the pod.
It is A, an awful magician he witnessed in Vegas. No, you know what? I don't actually know. I guessed it.
Seems Phil does.
No, I just guessed it was the relationship with his mother because
I think it's his parents.
Yeah,
I think it was. I think they
didn't have a good relationship.
I think they were quite feisty. They had a lot of arguments. I think it was about.
So Jimmy,
it makes sense.
You said with
yes, yeah.
So cool. Right, next one.
Tight though, tight.
You might not know this guy, but you might do. I think Phil might. I don't know if you will, Jim, but he's quite famous. Actors Studio presenter James Lipton.
Yeah.
He worked as a what?
He does the inside the actors studio type thing.
Yes,
the questions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know it was.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah. Okay. So, Actors Studio presenter James Lipton worked as a what?
Okay.
Was he A, a fluffer on a porn set? Was he B, a pimp? Was he C, none of the above? Or was he D, a road sweeper?
Interesting format.
So you've swapped the none of the above around.
Yeah, is that a clue? Is he trying to lure you in?
Yeah,
thinks you to go. So a pimp, a fluffer.
You would think he's film related, so you'd go for the fluffer, wouldn't you? But like you say,
quite a role, isn't it?
Like you say,
so hang on, he's the fluffer.
Yeah.
So he's getting other geezers ready for action in the film. Wasn't that normally a woman?
Maybe, I don't know.
Unless he's on a gay set.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm
going for none of the above.
Oh, none of the above.
So I'm going to go road sweeper then, because I don't think he would be a pimp.
Oh, Rich's first point.
Oh,
he was a pimp.
Was he really?
He was a pimp. Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Right.
Just to show you can get on to tell you whatever you've done in America.
Right.
There's still a chance for us, lads.
Question 5. Nicole Kidman, not Killman. Nicole Kidman has a phobia of what? A, butter.
Scientology.
B,
Tom Cruise.
B, butterflies. C, buttholes. or D, none of the above.
He literally ran out of 2 when he went buttholes. Oh no. So butterflies.
Butter, butterflies, buttholes, or none of the above.
Is it me?
Yeah.
It's clearly one of the first 2. Or has he just gone with all of those 3 to draw us away from none of the above? Oh, no, I'm overthinking it again, aren't I? What's going on? I'm going to go with butter.
I'll go butterflies.
It's 2 apiece.
Oh!
Which makes it interesting.
Is this the final question?
One?
Yeah, see, I cannot win. I'm out this race, this 3-horse race. So it's now a 2-horse race.
2-horse race. Right. And I'm going to come second at least. Better than last week.
So you might know this. Again, it's sort of, so you could know these ones. Right. Harry Styles has 4 of what? Toes, hose, nipples, or none of the above.
So it's Phil to go as well. So he's got 4 toes. What total?
Yeah.
How's he get shoes to fit?
I think it's nipples.
Toes,
I think I've heard this again somewhere.
4?
I think he's got 4 nipples.
4?
Or,
actually. He's always got his shirt off, hasn't he? In like, live performances and stuff.
So I'm thinking now, I think he's got 3 nipples, so it might be none of the above.
So what are the 4 options again?
So you got toes, hose, and nipples.
I'm going to go 4
when
nipples.
you say hose, you mean garden implements, not prostitutes working for him.
I think it's
or
definitely...
do you mean the opposite?
I mean both.
I'm sure it's to do with his nipples.
Hose holding hoses.
I'm not sure if he's got 4 or 3, so I'm going to go with 4 though, yeah.
So you still think it's nipples?
Sorry, you're going none of the above?
No, I'm going 4.
You
I'm
are
going
going
4
nipples.
4
Right, okay.
nipples. But it could be he's got 3.
If you want to go the same, I can pull up another one.
So that could be a really boring way to go. No, it's got to be all or nothing.
Okay.
It? So I'm going to go for... Have we had none of the above yet?
No, that's what I was thinking. That's what I mean. He did this on the last one. The last question was...
Yeah.
He suddenly remembers he hasn't done one. He goes, I'm doing none of the above.
Oh, no. This is really... Because surely you'd know if he's only had 4.
Is he like double bluffing?
Yeah. Surely, so it's not hose, clearly. If we must know that he's only got 4 toes. That must have come up in something. So I think it's either nipples and you're right and it's glory, or it's none of the above. So I'm going to go none of the above to make it interesting. Congratulations, Phil.
No, it could be he's got 3 nipples. I'm sure it's definitely something to do with nipples.
No one has 4.
So you said first of all about 4 nipples, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then he said 3.
And that was your gut instinct, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you probably should have stayed with it, and you did.
It's 4 nipples.
It's 4 nipples. Yeah.
Has he really?
Phil takes it. Yeah.
Where are the other 2 then?
Well, I don't know. I'll show you the article later. But
I thought he
was going to say that on his arm.
I'll show you the picture I took with my high-powered lens.
So yes, good battling there, boys.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was to the death.
It's because you've made them less obscure as well. They're all kind of a
there's
level,
obviously there's one in there.
There's always the Komodo dragon. Is a bit of a weird one to throw out there, but so it could be kids are weird.
A Komodo, I'd love it.
Next week, Phil. Next week I'll take you down, but we're getting closer.
Yeah,
getting closer. I like that.
Well done, boys.
I think that's my new fave. Lovely stuff. Anything odder, weirder, or sausage based that you need to get off your chest, still?
Not really, to be fair. Actually, I feel a little bit disappointed that I even brought up the poo thing at the beginning. So, a little bit, yeah.
It's absolutely fine. We've touched on worse already today. All right, let's leave news there. Right, young chaps, let's crackle on with 1984, and we should look at the telly, shouldn't we? Let's be honest. 6 years old, I'm sure we were smashing some hours in front of the box. So, Phil, why don't you start? As soon as you put a load of food in your mouth, I'm going to go straight to you.
Murder, She Wrote.
Straight out of nowhere, right?
Great, wasn't it? Great theme tune again.
Can we have a little...
Was that the little sort of...
Typewriter, wasn't it?
I don't think it was all done on the typewriter.
I can't remember how it goes. How does it go, actually?
It's a great theme tune.
It was like
a typewriter.
Yeah, it was like a little old lady on a bike.
It
was a bit kind of
little-ish.
It was along those lines. Basically, what we can say is it wasn't a great theme tune. Oh, wasn't it? That one.
What I always wondered, though, is why it was such a mystery if she wrote it. I never understood that. Why was she wrote the bloody thing?
Did she?
She was a writer, wasn't she?
She was just a writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
she's
murder,
just writing...
comma, she wrote. She didn't write the murder.
I missed the comma.
Okay.
That's what it is. It makes a lot of difference.
Otherwise, she's like God, isn't she?
I was only 6.
Or she's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
She did it all.
She's got a
load of people away, totally innocent.
I was only 6. I never knew what that comma meant.
The follow-up series with Myra Hindley didn't go down.
Quite as well, did it? It lost something in translation. It was transatlantic nonsense. It's a lovely start.
The British version.
What else we got?
Miami Vice.
Here we go.
Yeah. Am I in the right year? Am I doing well? Yeah.
Absolutely not. I haven't got a release too.
You ain't got Murder, She Wrote or Miami Vice?
Nope.
No.
Again, we're starting to wonder if you've ever seen a calendar.
Where am I getting these from?
I don't know.
Are you going on Wiki?
No, I just type in TV releases in 1984.
Yeah, your goes probably straight to American.
Yeah, but I did UK releases this one. I got V.
What's V?
Yeah, I remember V. It's like
V.
the alien thing.
No,
the alien thing. That was great.
Huh?
It's just loads of like drunk Northerners just go "fuck you." Sticking their fingers up there.
I can't really remember what it was. Basically, like aliens came down, didn't they? And they were lizards, weren't they, under the skin? But they were dressed. They were humans.
Yeah.
What, like a puppety thing, or
it was an actual
full drama thing?
Proper
Well, puppet.
Oh, well, I was going to say like a puppy thing.
Little Andrex does.
Little Andrex aliens.
It was a proper drama, wasn't it? You remember it, Del?
Little lizards knocking toilet roll.
Looking ever so cute.
Yes, no, you're right, Phil. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go one more then, see if we got this one.
Right, okay.
Airwolf.
Airwolf,
Yes.
I did have. Yes, and that.
So how have I got some and not
I
others?
don't understand. That was a banger. And it's the right theme tune. We're on fire.
And the same year, Blue Thunder, which was the other helicopter show.
Oh, well, the porn version.
Yeah.
No. But
What do you call your penis?
I don't
Blue Thunder?
remember Airwolf being as cheesy as the others, like your Night Riders and your A-Teams.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it was respectable, but it was like
It was a bit more acted for act's
a
sake,
little
as
bit.
opposed to, that was
sort
kind
of that sort of.
Well, I'm going to let you.
Smooth
I'm going to let you
Lothario.
guys go because I'm clearly in a different.
Barking up the wrong
I'm
tree.
in a parallel universe or something.
You are. Airwolf, we will give you. And the rest of it, I don't know
so
where
much.
you are. Del, what you got for us?
Got the old Ringo Starr, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, see, I've got that. I've got Thomas and Friends. See?
There you go. Yeah, you're back on.
Okay.
You're back
Was
on.
it Thomas and... I thought it was just Thomas the
Thomas
Tank
the
Engine back then.
I think it becomes Thomas and Friends.
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
it?
Did you... Was Thomas your favourite, or was... I saw
There was one called James.
Percy.
James, yeah.
Obviously,
Percy for me.
Percy was lovely. He has a lovely smile. Yeah, I'm with Phil on that.
Who was the really big fat
Golden.
face? Or Golden.
Golden.
Always stuck in a tub.
Golden was a wanker. wasn't he?
Yeah, right. Evil eyes, didn't he?
He was like, oh, piss off,
Yeah.
Thomas, you prick. Charging round Sodor, giving it the beans. Yeah, he was grumpy.
Golden's the sort of trainer that just do shit on the lines when they just to piss you off. And
Exactly.
Golden.
Oh, I can't be bothered again.
Golden and fuck your train wife. And he's
Yeah,
just like,
exactly what he'd do. Fucking God. What
and the
legends.
fat controller. You imagine having that now.
Honestly.
Surely it can't be called the fat controller anymore.
No, the guy would just be always off with diabetes or something.
Yeah, no, it would be. Yeah,
Constant.
the
Is it
fat
still
control-
on?
I think. Yeah, I think it is like you say,
Yeah, I
Phil,
wonder
Thomas and Friends.
I wonder what he's called now, because they wouldn't be able to call it Fat Controller, would they?
I
Must
don't
just be
know.
Controller, mustn't it?
The very jolly controller.
Yeah,
It's
it's got the.
fat prick. Fat prick Colin. They called him. I don't know. I'll have to work it
Behind his back.
yes.
Here's the controller. The fat prick.
As he goes past Gordon, turns to James. Oh, the fat he's here again. What's he want now, dickhead?
Under their breath.
Probably making us work on Sundays.
Good morning, controller.
Morning controller. Yeah.
That took a turn, didn't it? We're talking about a lovely little Thomas. Fat prick. What else do we have, Richie D?
We've got The Price is Right with Leslie Crowther.
wasn't it?
Oh yes, that was that.
Come on down.
Come on down. How much is this soup set worth?
Yeah, it was like, come on
£8.
down.
I don't know.
Because I remember like watching the snippets of the American version, and they used to go like nuts.
Full
didn't they?
razzmatazz.
Yeah.
People
But-
go and do lally. Yeah.
For some reason, they needed a right host, and weirdly enough, he is the right one. But he's a really bizarre bloke, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
So because he does the whole razzmatazz
He gives
that the
you the
Americans
full wallop.
did, but it shouldn't work because we don't normally copy Americans well. But it
He always
kind of
reminds
did.
me of the bad guy out of the Lost Boys.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, it might have been. Yeah,
you know the one who's tried it on with the mum. Yeah. He turns out to be the head vampire.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Who's the ones that Leslie Graham?
Was that Leslie Graham? Can you imagine? What did he do after that? I think he went into film.
Yeah, no, you're
quite
right.
Successful.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. What about yourself, Jimmy?
Sort of similar sort of thing with another weird, smarmy-ish host, Bob's Full House. Old Monkhouse was starting to do the rounds. What
was his Full House?
Was it not bingo related? Hence the Full House.
Oh, right,
I thought it was. They were trying to fill a bingo card, weren't they? At some point,
I can't remember it.
Something of that ilk. But again, he just had that. Just old greasy bloke in a suit, kind of leching after younger female contestants.
Really, was he electric? Yeah,
it was a little bit.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, they all
were. A lot
of that.
Of them were all very like, come here, the arms
right,
around.
Yeah. It's only when you go back, isn't it?
Yeah, Jim Bowen from Bullseye. He'd still have his arm around you, but there's nothing threatening about our Jim.
He'd just say something offensive
more offensive than anything else.
He was patronising, wasn't he?
Yeah, but never sleazy. Whereas the others were all a bit.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
sharp.
Was Bygraves a bit sleazy and?
I don't know about Bygraves.
Bygraves.
All of that kind of.
Because he was like a massive singer, wasn't he? And then, so if anyone's going to do it, he's got potential, isn't he?
Maybe,
yeah. He's had knickers thrown at him and everything.
Yeah, there you go. God, yeah. Imagine if, like, sort of Bob, sort of like someone carried a Savile's Full House. Imagine that'd be a fucking. It was like fucking. You'd got to. Yeah.
That's a tough one to sell now, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be. Fucking hell.
What else? I mean, surprise, started in this year. Can you believe that? Was Scylla?
Yeah, so what
Making Dreams Come True.
Yes, so that was the first of these.
Surprise! I never liked that.
Expect you hit you between the eyes.
Right between the eyes. Yeah, I never got on with that.
Yeah.
What was it? It was just a nice thing, wasn't it?
It was kind of like bringing families together.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen them for 30
That's
years,
right, yeah.
and here they are, and they have that emotional.
Yeah, but
we haven't seen each other 30 years. You're like a stranger to me, but I've got to hug you now. And
did they have any like awkward moments? Ones.
I imagine they must.
We haven't like seen. We haven't seen each other in 30 years. Yeah, he fucked my wife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he took the dog and fucked off. He went out for cigarettes 30 years ago. Hasn't come back, the bastard.
Yeah, there's so. I do remember that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh mate.
What else can we find in here? There's a lot of kind of kids stuff that started in this year, which was great.
Some of that.
So,
from the
Dungeons and Dragons. I think you might have mentioned that last week in last episode, but we were both convinced it started this year. So, for the sake of this episode, Dungeons and Dragons film.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a show that was.
Great show.
Little uni knocking around and all of them lot.
Little Dungeon Master
as well. Looking a little bit like Bill Bailey, but in a red cloak kind of thing.
Yeah.
Had that kind of.
Yeah, he did have like bald hair and had a little bit of hair at the back.
He had the Terry Nutkins kind of style going on. Yeah, only all his fingers. There was the Family Ness.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I used to love the Family Ness.
You remember the feature? You were confident.
I mean, of course, with the thistle whistles.
Yeah, there's the two days, isn't there? You got the beginning bit, and then you can knock it, you can luck it, you can go to Timbuktu, but you'll never see a Nessie in the zoo.
That was great, wasn't it? Yeah.
Lovely. But yeah, there was so many of them. I didn't realise when you look back, you can kind of just go, oh, right, there's...
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock as well, which was another banging theme.
You got Muppet Babies? Was that... Have you got that one?
Ooh, now Muppet Babies I didn't.
Was it? Okay.
That was quite small anyway.
I used to love Muppet Babies, yeah.
Muppet Babies.
And they had Nanny, didn't they, as well? Yeah.
Trapdoor, I used to love. That was Terry Wogan, wasn't it?
Is that?
Was it?
I thought that was later than that. Is it? Oh, okay. Is it?
It probably is 85, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's every chance. Who knows? There was that. There was Inspector Gadget. Another banger. Banger after banger.
Transformers, was that this year? Got that?
No. It's next year.
I used to love Transformers as well.
Great. Love it in 85 then.
Why did they try and make Inspector Gadget into a film?
Was that with Matthew
Broderick?
Yeah.
Awful.
Didn't quite get that.
They never really translate, do they? But
no, not really.
Really like that. But it was Penny's daughter that was the brains, wasn't it? And then the dog brain would also help out, but was kind of a bit calamitous.
Yeah, kind of accidentally stumble on something. It would.
Yeah,
and wasn't it the hand or the thing?
There was Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw,
and that's all you ever saw.
I'll get you next week, Gadget.
Get you next time, Gadget.
That's a
little cat or something. He used to punch the table.
I can't remember the name of the cat. Yeah,
but it was a little black and white, black and grey thing, wasn't it? There was also the Wide Awake Club started this year.
We are wide awake.
Oh, Timmy Mallet. There's loads of them that presented it, wasn't there?
Yeah, it started off Tommy Boyd.
Tommy Boyd, yes.
And then Strachan had a go, I think.
At Tommy Boyd. Gordon Strachan had a go at Tommy Boyd. That's a hell of a Saturday morning show, Dale.
I'd love to see that.
I think we'd all would.
So like
ratings through the roof.
A right irate Scottish guy on.
Punching the bejesus out of a fallen footballer.
It's like fucking having a rolling around on the floor with Emu.
I've got Highway to Heaven. Do you remember that?
What are you talking about? So
do you remember Highway to Heaven?
There was Highway.
No, Highway to Heaven. Michael Landon when he was like an angel.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
And he has to come down to earth to like.
But I remember.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yes.
And he's got the copper guy, and he's got my Oakland Days hat. He always used to wear my Oakland Days hat.
Yeah.
But I remember it in '85.
I remember it in '85 as well.
I'm giving up this section.
I think you should.
I'm passing on it.
Things that we definitely know that were in '84 as well. Spitting Image started.
See, I've got that. I've got Spitting Image.
Oh, why didn't you say that?
Because I'm lost confidence in what I'm saying. It's not true.
Okay. Well, what you could do is mouth them to us off mic, and then we'll give you the nod to say if you can do it or not.
Alas, Smith and Jones.
Oh, that's very off mic. Yes, that was this year.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that worked.
Ever Decreasing Circles?
Yes.
Yeah, see how I got some of them.
What was that about? Was it just them having a troubled marriage?
I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Richard Briers.
That's it, and Penelope Keith.
Yes.
Oh, no, not Penelope. Penelope...
Pit Stop,
yeah.
Penelope...
Cruz.
That was it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She looked a lot younger, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, but she still had the sassy Spanish
she's 96, doesn't it? Then?
She did, yeah.
Wow.
She was getting on with Paul next door.
And then because I'm on such a roll...
Go on.
I'm going Robin Hood with Ray Winston in it. Do you remember that one?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Ray Winston, yeah.
No,
I know that
he wasn't Robin Hood. He was. I think he must have been Little John. Was he Little John?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. He was. That's 85 because I remember having it in a Looking mag.
A what mag?
A Looking. Do you remember Looking?
They were like smash hits, but for TV.
Oh, right.
It's the same year as don't we? But
85, I think. Yeah, there was quite.
Robin,
there was also
Robin, the Hooded Man. That was the theme tune.
That wasn't the one with Sean Connery's son, was it? Or was that later on?
Oh,
do you remember the blonde-haired Robin? Sean Connery's son?
It was that one.
Conor Connery.
Yeah. No, it was that one, but there was another dark-haired Robin. He was the original Robin, and then it was Robin Van Persie. He was. You had that, yeah. So he was the original Robin, the dark-haired one, and then you had Connery.
It's an awful lot going on. So there was Heartbeat as well.
That must be a bit of a if you're Sean Connery and then sort of like
bit of a drop down.
You got your son a role.
I've got you something.
I've got you.
Oh, it hasn't really worked out.
What, Heartbeat with Nick Berry?
No, Tony.
No, with Tony.
Oh, all right. I was thinking that's way too early.
Yeah,
he wasn't even in EastEnders yet.
Correct. So it was Tony Hart and Wolf and all the rest of them. The gallery. It's a different Heartbeat again. While Phil's doing that, should we just carry on? Just let him sing himself to sleep. Do you remember Duty Free?
Yeah, I never really liked it.
But a bad sitcom, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
Wasn't he trying to cheat on his wife?
Every week, yeah.
And always just found out, and she'd always just catch him in the act.
And he was Keith Barron, wasn't he?
I just always remember sitting on a balcony. That's all I remember of the show.
Just having a drink of sangria or something.
I never liked
it. He was wistfully looking across at the next door type thing because he wants to be in there with the younger.
Yeah, it's like proper...
Wasn't it a lady who played like Shirley Valentine, or was that someone else?
No, I think you're right.
I think
you're right. Yeah.
I just remember them two being married, and he was always trying to get with Linda, the blonde neighbour. That's it. And it was like a moustachy husband. That's all I remember.
Yes. I can't remember.
Just remember it being on and.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of 8:30 non-sweary.
It's one of our last sort of summer wine.
Yes.
Ones that one is all the family.
They're not.
Heidi High ones.
It was for all the family, but it was about infidelity.
Yeah.
It's a weird. This one's all right for the kids. He's trying to cheat on his wife with the young one.
Yeah,
it was. Again with Hello, isn't it? It's all about that, isn't it?
All about infidelity and stuff. It's ridiculous. There we go. Makes sense. On the flip side of that, never going against the law, Crime Watch started this year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That always used
and
to
the bill.
scare the absolute shit out of me.
Because that was his thing, wasn't it, when he signed off? Don't have nightmares, do sleep well. You just showed me about 19 murders and 14 housebreakings.
I thought it was, don't shit the bed.
Do your mum a favour, don't shit the bed. Yeah. We'll see you next week. Lots of love.
This man is from your area.
Yeah, exactly.
Sleep well.
Sleep well. Double lock the door.
Still on the loose.
This guy was in your garden about 5 minutes ago.
It's red hot overnight, but do close the windows and sweat like a pig.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
Yeah, it was. But I used to watch it. I used to be captivated in it. But as soon as it was over, I'd shit myself. And like you say, wouldn't get asleep.
Yeah. Utterly mental, wasn't it? But
don't have nightmares. It was like a proper like cheesy smile. And don't have nightmares.
I mean, we talk about all this, but the world's basically good.
Yeah, is that?
Try not to.
Come on,
yourself.
let's have a game of badminton.
Not in a garden, that fella's in the bushes. Yeah, ridiculous, isn't it? There's a mixed bag of telly, it turns out. Some really great little cartoony stuff for the kids and us.
Yeah, cartoon was getting.
But the rest of it was all a bit pony. And then some surprise options that Phil gave us from different years entirely.
Just a teaser for next week.
Or the year before. Or the year after. Or maybe even the 90s. Who knows? We're going to have to work out what's happening with your internet.
I'll give up. I'm just going to carry on. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
And that's all we can do. He dies. Oh, was that a film reference? Are we going to crack straight onto films?
Oh, I think we should.
Are we?
Bloody have to, don't we?
Well, the going's good. Now
my bladder's still okay. Let's crack on.
Well, if that is not reason to carry on, I don't know what is. All right, so we're going to start with you before you give up the ghost and have to go and piddle like a racehorse.
Give up the ghost.
So give us your...
start me, because I'm still struggling with my 3-2-1.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, I've been struggling.
I quite like it when you're struggling, though.
Yeah.
Puts you under pressure.
Yeah.
Focuses the mind.
All right, I'm going to go for it.
Are you going to
go for it? How I'm thinking now... Oh,
as you feel...
It is a tough one.
It is a tough one, because there are some very good films... And it could be any order, essentially.
It could be.
That's the thing. So,
right, so I'm going 3, The Karate Kid.
Oh, I mean, that was way too excited. I can't get any more excited for 2 and 1 now.
Yeah, I'm going 3, The Karate Kid. Has anyone else got it in there?
I don't have it in my top 3.
We'll talk about it when Del gets to it.
Okay.
I'm going for 2, The Terminator.
Oh,
was that in there?
Yeah, 84.
Ooh, okay.
So that doesn't feature in Dell's, it doesn't feature in mine, so it's all yours.
Yeah, so, this is a great film. We spoke about Terminator 2 before, but this was...
Really?
Yeah,
94. So, this is a great film.
I feel like off mic there might be some changes to a top 3 happening whilst we chat. But
oh, fuck it. I've snoozed, I've lost.
Yeah, no, this
Snooze,
is a great film. Different, completely different to its time. James Cameron.
Very weird.
And it was quite dark as well.
Has anyone been watching that Arnie documentary on Netflix?
Nah.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah. Did you know about...
Is there lots of back references to that sort of stuff?
Yeah, there is.
There's 3 parts. Then it's like his bodybuilding, then it's his Hollywood, then it's
Hollywood, political, yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's actually quite good, actually. I was quite enthralled in it.
Yeah, didn't realise it was quite so multi-layered.
Yeah, no, it's proper sort of like... literally sort of the proper dream it and you become it sort of thing. It's very inspiring documentary.
Yeah.
But it was the bit with he has a meeting with James Cameron about obviously that he was going to play Kyle.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And then he just sort of I think he started reading for the Terminator, or he's talking to James Cameron about how he should be, how he should move, and then that totally changed his mind.
Oh, really?
But he then offered him the part, and he was like, no, I want to be the star. But what he didn't realise was Kyle, on paper is the star.
Yeah.
But then he made the Terminator what it was, and it
actually could have been a very.
I think he only says some 18 lines of dialogue in the whole film, or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he became a big star.
They started working it out, didn't they? Because it was literally like $150,000 a word.
Yeah, I think it's something like 18. Might be wrong, but it weren't many lines of dialogue that he says in it. But I mean, it's a great film. It's quite a simple film, isn't it? But it's well done, and that isn't it? Nothing of this time was really like that.
Yeah,
violent. It was good, action packed. Obviously.
Oh shit!
You got that. He's obviously the Terminator sent back to kill Sarah Connor. Kyle, Michael Bain.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like Mike. He was good in it. He never really made it big, does he? He was in that and Aliens, which were massive.
Big films, but
and he just never did anything after that.
Yeah, he's not in anything, is he? Oh.
He is, but considering they were big films, you'd have thought if that was these days, you'd be like a massive star now, wouldn't
I think he's just because he's forgettable, isn't it? It's not like he's good, but I don't. Nothing stands out. Yeah, you don't really think. Get him bang.
So his character's sent back to obviously protect Sarah Connor. It's just basically a cat and mouse, isn't it? But it is a very good film. I like it.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
I like that. Film. Good film.
That was one of the few that I have seen.
Yeah.
I would have had it in.
In fact, I'm fairly sure that I saw T2 was on the other night, maybe last night or the night before. So on ITV. So I'm fairly sure I can catch that one and fulfil another requirement.
Have you not seen T2?
I haven't seen 2, and you always say that's the better film.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah, completely bit more. Yeah.
But they
and that holds up, like the actual special effects.
That's what you said, really the special effects. Whereas this one, I remember, was like, because you guys had waxed so lyrical about it, and it was like one of those things that you grew up with and all the rest of it. I watched this one, and it's just like where there's a hat, he's slowly getting destroyed into smaller and smaller bits, and then just there's like a claw pulling itself across the floor, still trying to fulfill its mission.
Yeah, it has a horror elements to it, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, of its time, it's probably good, but it hasn't aged well. But as T2, you can watch it now, and special effects
it's still good. Okay. Yeah,
I'll give it a bash.
But my number one, and I had to watch it this week again just to double check if I still like it.
I mean, I think we've all worked out what it's going to be. Is it a man in a jacket? Has he got a hat?
No.
Is it not that?
No.
Is it a Christmas film?
No.
Oh my God, what is it?
This is Spinal Tap.
You went that way.
So I wanted to watch this again. I didn't get a chance.
And I'll put it on again this week. I thought, I'm sure I love this film, and it's so funny, so fucking funny.
Man. I mean, it's an honourable mention, certainly. I don't have it in a.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely hilarious. I mean,
it's great. It is a good film.
I was thinking, is it the first mockumentary? I can't really think of any ones before that. Maybe.
I think that's what put me off because I wanted to get to it, but it wasn't on my to-do list. But I think because they've done it, the format over and over. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah,
I think it's got to be one of the first ones.
I think it's probably groundbreaking of its time.
Yeah, it's so good. Obviously, you got the. It's obviously about the band, a British rock band who come over to America. They're not big anymore, and
Nigel.
They're selling their album "Smell My Glove."
Smell My Glove, yeah.
And they're just it's like, and what's the lyrics to one of their song? I was going to get it.
Was it Big Bottom?
New contender for a.
I love that.
Yeah, Big Bottom. I love the lyrics. Bottom. Let me get the lyrics up for it, because I was fucking cracking up at it. But there's so many funny things.
It's great. It was just
and they're like, they're just trying to sell this album, and they're just ridiculous in it, and they're doing this because the album cover is you never see it, but they're talking about there's a woman strapped down with a dog collar around her neck and the gloves put in her face, and the record company are going like, you can't do that, and you go, well, they want to do it. You want to see what it was before, and it wasn't a glove. Tell you that. It's just like, it is so ridiculous. So many funny lines in it, and let me get this. Spinal Tap lyrics up. It's so funny. Right, so Big Bottom. This is the lyrics to it. The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the pushing. That's what I said. The looser the waistband, the deeper the quicksand. So I have read. My baby fits me like a flesh tuxedo. I'd like to sink her with my pink torpedo.
It's so childish.
Just big bottom. Talk about bum cakes. My girl's got them. Big Bottom drive me out of my mind. How could I leave this behind?
But the songs are actually decent as well. Yeah,
because they were actually proper musicians as well.
Yeah,
it's the same as like a Pick of Destiny type thing, isn't it? With Tenacious D, they're good musicians.
But it's a really good. It's only about an hour and 20. It's quite a short film. Yeah. But it's just basically in and out, and it was just for me it was so clever. And
I tried to get hold of it. I couldn't.
And all the drummers, the deaths they've had. One of them died in a strange gardening accident. One of them died on vomit, but it wasn't his vomit. It was someone else's vomit. It's just things like that.
Do we know how much of it was
improvised.
Yeah, they say a lot of it was. Apparently, the majority of it was just improvised. Because it's all like, this is Christopher Guest, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, and he's got Harry Shearer, obviously went on to do The Simpsons and that.
Yeah. He looks really strange because he's quite small anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's got like the leather trousers and stuff.
And he gets stuck on the stage. They've got the cocoons that open up, and the other two come out, and he's stuck in it, and he can't get out. And then them go back into the cocoon, and his one opens up, and he comes out. And it's just ridiculous. But
it's incredibly well done.
And obviously just the 11 as well, isn't it? With the going around showing his amps. Why don't you just make 10 louder?
Well, this one
goes up to 11. It's just crazy. I loved it. And like I say, it still holds up today. I thought it was brilliant. So this is Spinal Tap, my number one.
Wow,
very good.
Yeah, there was no room for Indiana.
Oh my god!
Only because Temple of Doom isn't my favourite one, so it could have made number 3. That's what I mean. It was tough.
That's an interesting 3. Richie D.
Well,
now you know that Terminator was in there. Does that change your thinking?
It would have done, but I'm not going to include it because I didn't. So I
snoozed, you've lost.
Yeah, I snoozed my nose. Again, I would have loved to watch a lot of these films back. Just didn't get the time. Spinal Tap, possibly could have made it in. Another couple could have made it in, but what did make it in was the ones I could get available at ridiculous times in the morning, which I stayed up to.
Welcome to my world.
Yes, no, definitely, mate. I was in that world this week. But is Indiana Jones the number 3?
As is mine. As is mine.
Great. A lot of this is to do with. I think I watched this one first, actually, because I went to the cinema first. I think to watch this before I watched the other one.
Yeah. I do you mean.
So I think this is why this is my. I think it is actually, weirdly enough, my favourite, even though I know obviously the Ark's a better film.
Yes,
I just got the short round. There's some bit. A lot of these choices are nostalgia choices.
Absolutely, 100%. And the secondary character like Willie as well is quite good. The comedy bits.
Yeah, the bit with Willie again. Short round. There's the bit with the calamari or whatever. The guy trying to rip his heart out. It's just stupid stuff, and just the action is great as well. I think as a kid I was like drawn to the action. There's a lot more action in this,
because it starts with the plane crash anyway, doesn't it? Where the guy jumps out the plane, lets the plane crash, and it falls into the water, and then there's the white water stuff, and
it's over the top, but it's believable as well, isn't it? So
and then you got the whole cart things in the tunnel.
That's amazing as well, isn't it? Yeah, that's great.
And the bridge, obviously.
With the bit,
which is that is. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I remember watching that and just being freaked out by it, because it had me in the palm of my hands as a kid. I was just terrified of what's going to happen. I believed every minute.
It's one of those kind of proper popcorn, just
100%
eat film. Just oh my god, what's going to happen next?
Oh no, right. So I'll go on. I'll move on to my number 2, and it's been watered down quite a bit lately. Just the whole.
Is it Emmanuel?
Yeah. No, just because they've made other films of it, and it's like a bit like with the Star Wars. It's lost its bit of shine and stuff, but. Thinking back to when it came out, nostalgia-wise, and every time it's on, I still watch it. It's Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, that's my number 2.
It's great, it's just there's just the silliness in it as well, and just the whole Dan Aykroyd's character makes it for me. Just with his stupid things pops into his head, so I can relate to that.
What did you do, Ray?
Yeah, exactly.
What did you do?
Yeah,
it just popped in.
Just great. I mean, this was the second one was obviously a bit crap.
I never went down that road.
But as just as a standalone film, I really love this. It's harmless. It's just fun. It's just there's nothing not to like about it. Rick Moranis, Sigourney Weaver in it.
Hot
Bill Murray,
Weaver, isn't it?
Hot Sigourney Weaver.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
So my girlfriend's a dog.
Bill Murray's at his best as well.
He
is,
it's Murray, Aykroyd, and Moranis.
They're all on point, aren't they? And even what do you call it? The Egon, he just plays it right. And Janine, the secretary.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's just a fun film. It's just I loved it. But the film that I did watch this week and is my number 1, which the sort of Phil's talked about already, is The Karate Kid.
Oh, you went?
Oh yeah,
I did go for
You're the best. Around.
For that reason, there's so much in it. There's proper themes in it around obviously bullying and stuff. The underdog, I always love an underdog. I love the fighting, the cheese involved in it. The characters are on point, but the Cobra Kai they're cheesy, but they're cool.
Yeah.
There's the cheesy soundtrack, but it kind of works. The Russo, again, I shouldn't really not like him, but I don't know, there's something about him that you just sort of...
kind of root for him.
You root for him.
Fun fact, you know that Best Around tried to get into Rocky first?
Yes.
It got turned down.
Didn't it? So,
I bet they're gutted about that.
Fuming now.
But the other thing, do you know what famous celebrity, massive A-lister celebrity's son was in the Cobra Kai?
Ooh.
What, in the series?
No, in the film.
Actually original
I think he comes back in the series actually, but in the actual Karate Kid film.
Ooh.
No. Massive A-list.
Massive.
And his
A-list.
son was in 84.
Yeah.
So that must mean he's about 30.
He was Dutch.
54.
He played Dutch, if that means anything to you.
So that means he's 50, 70, nearly 80 now.
Clint Eastwood's son, Scott Eastwood.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
it was. I gave it a Great Escape. We should get it from that.
Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Chad.
Yeah.
Chad McQueen. Yeah, he became quite a big film star in the 90s by himself, like a martial artist.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chad McQueen.
That makes sense. That stacks up.
Yeah.
Well, he was decent, but yeah, it was. I was like 3:00 in the morning. I couldn't say I watched the whole film, and I was just Google the cast.
Yeah,
and then that just went on there.
I say he did big star. It was some really crappy martial arts night films in the 90s.
Oh, big time. Oh, mate. But again, I love the whole story behind it and the sentiment and the whole Miyagi thing and the whole sort of the way he tricks him into sort of. I know it's been talked about for like till blue in the face, but the wax on, wax off. There's a lot of good things behind that, and the sort of the father thing.
It's learning without knowing you're learning.
Yeah,
that's what it is kind of.
It's like the best form of coaching.
Yeah.
So that's my number one, Jimmy. So
perfect.
It's all over to you, my friend.
Well, 3 was Indiana Jones and 2 was Ghostbusters. Obviously, it was very close with Spinal Tap and Karate Kid as well, and even Police Academy.
Oh no,
hovered around.
So that was the film I watched last night. It is shite.
I mean, it is shocking.
But it's like watching Carry On films.
It's awful. I watched it for half an hour. I didn't laugh once. And I was just
just nostalgia-wise. I'll always watch
nostalgia-wise,
it. I didn't get it.
There was other ones in there as well, which I'm sure we'll come on to in honourables. But my number one isn't Karate Kid. It was Gremlins. But we've kind of covered it in Christmas.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it in. Again, I love Gremlins. It's great.
I think I mentioned. I watched it up at the Christmas one. It just dragged. I think for me, but
yeah, it's just lovely.
No,
just
there is a lot of great films. That one. Obviously, honourable mentions. I've got the ones you picked: Ghostbusters, Police Academy,
yeah. I mean,
Beverly Hills Cop as well.
Yeah, 16 Candles was in there.
Yeah,
just knocking around.
I had Blood Simple as well. I didn't get a chance to watch that. It's the Coen brothers' first film.
Oh, right.
Really? But I didn't get. I was going to watch it last night. I watched about 10 minutes. I was so tired. I was like, so I didn't get to watch it. I was going to watch it today. I didn't get a chance. So that might have made it. But
Romance in the Stone.
Yeah, Romance in the Stone.
That was
Top Secret as well.
Top Secret. Oh, okay. What one's that? Is that?
That's Val Kilmer. It's the.
Is that a spoof? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's the airplane guys, isn't it? Zemeckis.
Oh, really?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's quite good.
I'll have to try and watch that.
Splash.
Yes.
Splash.
I like that.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Footloose was knocking around at that point as well.
Never-ending Story. Never-ending Story.
I'll tell you what, actually, the soundtrack, Footloose, is
I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of good film sort of soundtracks.
Yeah. 80s had great
even
soundtracks.
Like Ghostbusters.
It's really good, yeah.
It's a really good soundtrack as well, isn't it? So.
There's even...
I've got Once Upon a Time in America as well. That's good. Sergio Leone. I remember watching it years ago.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to watch that again. It's about 3.5 hours long. Robert De Niro in it. It's quite intense, I think.
It's which you've read like really, really snappy films.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned without Spinal Taps and all the rest of them. I think Woman in Red as well was quite short. And that
I watched that the other day.
Kelly LeBrock.
It was...
I mean, it's awful obviously, because it's Gene Wilder trying to be a romantic lead and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it's Kelly LeBrock. And
that's
obviously the next year...
Yes, he's big LeBrock.
I'll be researching that film.
Yeah, I've researched it 7 times today, and I'm going to research it later again.
I'm surprised there's one film you guys haven't talked about. It's like got 2 absolutely A-listers, like in a fantastic.
Already, I feel that we shouldn't ask, but here it comes. What film's that, Del?
If I say rhinestone.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Was it Cowboy, Rhinestone Cowboy, whatever it is?
That's just called Rhinestone. It's just with it's Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone.
The twosome that no one knew they needed, but everyone wants.
And they didn't get on, did they, on set?
Did they not? Did they not?
Don't think so.
But they're such kindred spirits. Because Dolly,
I don't think they got on very well.
Dolly loves MMA, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, she does.
Massive fan.
It was up there with the films I would have chose. For it was. I watched the trailer for it. It's fucking ridiculous. She like she. I think she does a bet with someone that the next person that comes along she can make into a country and western star.
Oh, okay.
And it's fucking
the guy whose face is melted.
It's like cringe. You cringe for him. Like
so does he get all done up in?
Yeah, like trying to sing country, and then there's you can imagine all the corny sort of stuff in there. But
that sounds appallingly bad.
It did get hired a bit, so there you go.
Yeah, no, I did see that. I just didn't write it down because I didn't think anyone would bring it up.
I didn't want to waste ink on that.
It was just the fact it just made me die. Stallone has gone from like Rocky 3 to just Rhinestone. It's just like he's obviously tried to go down a different route.
Branch out.
Yeah. Does it again in the 90s, doesn't he? When Stop on My Mum Will Shoot or Oscar.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oscar. Tries to go down that comedy route. It don't work, does it? Stick to what you're good at, action and
comedy without,
But she like
underdog drama, which
but she like acts him off. Even in the trailer, she acts him off the screen. Like he's
Oscar worthy.
Oscar worthy. No, but he just saw certain roles he suits, but it's just that. Just no. It was just not.
Sylvester, no. We've talked about you having ideas.
Because she's just bubbly, she's fun, she's even quite, she's like, she's just, no, that's
just not. I kind of want to go and watch that now, but I feel like we should finish off the podcast first.
Yeah.
All right, is that everything to do with films?
I think so.
Yeah, man.
Lovely.
I think
some good ones though, wasn't it?
It was some good ones actually.
It's like when you don't want to put anything into honourable mentions. You want to see if we can do a top 5 or something.
I must admit that's the tough part.
Because I've got a feeling that next year
that number 3 is always hard because it's like what jumps in and what becomes an honourable mention.
Absolutely. Whereas next year I think it's going to be really tricky.
I haven't even looked
85 is a good year.
I think they're going to start to get difficult.
Really? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the second half of the decade. But
yeah,
that was a nice little one. Good. Like those films.
Oh no. Ooh.